Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to our sessions in multimedia storytelling. That's me, Mr. Muhammad Alwishi, from London College of International Studies. Let's start with the course outline. In this course, we will have the following components. First one, Introduction to Multimedia Storytelling. Chapter 1, Foundations of Multimedia Storytelling. The elements of multimedia storytelling, storytelling techniques and narrative structures. Chapter 2, Tools and Technologies, Digital Tools Overview, Practical Skills Development. Chapter 3, Real-World Application, Journalism and Documentary Storytelling, Marketing and Advocacy, Education and Personal Narratives. Chapter 4, Best Practices and Challenges, Designing for Engagement and Retention, Legal, Ethical, and Accessibility Considerations. Chapter 5, Final Project Assessment, Student Project Guidelines, Conclusion, the Future of Multimedia Storytelling. Learning Objectives. Understand the fundamental principles and essential elements that make multimedia storytelling effective, engaging, and memorable in digital environments. Develop practical skills to create compelling narratives using audio, video, images, and interactive media across multiple platforms. Analyze how multimedia storytelling enhances audience engagement and improves message retention through strategic media integration. Gain hands-on proficiency in digital tools and platforms essential for professional quality multimedia content creation and distribution. Apply advanced storytelling techniques across various industries, including journalism, marketing, education, and social advocacy campaigns. Learning outcomes. By the end of this session, you will be able to demonstrate the ability to plan, conceptualize, and storyboard a complete multimedia story that seamlessly integrates multiple media types for maximum narrative impact. Produce and edit professional quality digital audio, video, and photographic content specifically tailored for compelling storytelling purposes. Critically assess various multimedia storytelling strategies and select the most appropriate media combinations for different narrative goals and target audiences. Apply comprehensive legal and ethical considerations in all digital storytelling projects, including copyright, privacy, representation, and accessibility standards. Publish and share multimedia stories effectively across web platforms, social media channels, and emerging digital distribution networks. And Introduction to multimedia storytelling. Multimedia storytelling represents a revolutionary approach to narrative communication that leverage the unique strengths of various media formats to create experiences that are greater than the sum of their parts. At its core, multimedia storytelling is the art of conveying narratives through strategic blend of text, audio, video, images, and interactive elements, each choosing deliberately to enhance specific aspects of the story being told. The historical context of storytelling reveals a fascinating evolution from oral traditions passed down through generations to today's sophisticated digital platforms that transform how stories are created, shared, and experienced. Ancient storytellers relied solely on voice and gesture. Modern storytellers command an orchestra of a digital tool that can transport audiences across time, space, and perspective with unprecedented immediacy and emotional power. In today's digital and media-rich environment, multimedia storytelling matters more than ever. We live in an age of information overload, where capturing and maintaining audiences' attention requires more than words. Alone, multimedia storytelling provides the answer, offering enhanced audience engagement, deeper emotional connection, and significantly improved message retention. Research consistently shows that people remember stories told through multiple sensory um, channels far more effectively than those conveyed through a single medium. The key insight multimedia storytelling isn't about using every available tool. It's about selecting the right combination of media to serve your narrative purpose and connect authentically with your audience. Chapter 1, Foundations of Multimedia Storytelling. Before we can master the art of multimedia storytelling, we must understand its fundamental building blocks. The chapter explores the essential elements that form the foundation of every compelling multimedia narrative. From the traditional power of text to immersive potential of interactive experiences, understanding how each element contributes to the whole will empower you to make international strategic choices in your own storytelling projects. The elements of multimedia storytelling. Every multimedia storytelling is constructed from a palette of distinct elements, each within its own strengths, limitations, and emotional resonance. Mastering these elements individually and understanding how they work together is essential to becoming an effective multimedia storyteller. Explore each element and discover how it contributes to the larger narrative ecosystem. Tech is the foundation. Text provides essential context, background information, and complex ideas that require careful explanation, while other media grab attention. Text offers depth, nuance, and the ability to convey abstract concepts with precision. In multimedia stories, text often serves as the connective tissue that holds other elements together. Images and photography. Photography conveys emotion, scale, and authenticity in ways that words cannot. Images put faces to stories, establish visual context, and create immediate emotional connections. A powerful photograph can communicate in an instant what might take paragraphs to describe in text. Audio emotional depth. Audio adds voice, atmosphere, and emotional layers to storytelling, whether through interviews, natural sound, music, or ambient audio. Sound creates intimacy and authenticity. The human voice carries nuance and emotion that text alone cannot replicate. Um, Video dynamic action. Video captures movement, action, and dynamic storytelling in real time. It combines the strength of images and audio while adding a dimension of emotion. Video excels at showing processes, demonstrations, and emotional moments unfolding naturally. Interactive media. Interactive elements engage audiences through nonlinear narratives and active participation. From clickable maps to data visualizations, interactive media transforms passive viewers into active explorers, allowing them to shape their own narrative journey. Storytelling techniques and narrative structures. The structure of your story is just as important as the media you choose to tell it. Different narrative structures create different emotional experiences and serve different storytelling purposes. Understanding these structures gives you the power to shape how your audience experience and remember your story. Linear versus non-linear storytelling. Traditional linear storytelling follows a clear beginning, middle, and end, guiding audiences through a predetermined path. Non-linear storytelling allows audiences to explore content in multiple sequences, creating personalized narrative experiences. Digital multimedia, particular, excels at non-linear structures through interactive elements and branching narratives. Character-driven narratives. Stories centered on compelling characters create emotional investment and identification. Character-driven approaches focus on personal journeys, transformations, and emotional arcs that resonate universally. In multimedia storytelling, we can use interviews, personal photographs, and the first-person narration to bring characters vividly to life. Pacing and tension. Strategic pacing controls the rhythm of information delivery, using tension and release to maintain audience interest. In multimedia, pacing is created through the interplay of different media. A quiet moment of text and photography can create powerful contrast after an intense video sequence. Transmedia storytelling. Transmedia storytelling spans narratives across multimedia platforms, with each platform contributing unique elements to the larger story world. A story might begin on Instagram, continues in a podcast, and conclude in an interactive website with each component designed specifically for its platform's strengths. Chapter 2, Tools and Technologies. Having a strong conceptual foundation is essential, but bringing your multimedia stories to life requires practical knowledge of the tools and technologies available to modern storytellers. This chapter introduces you to the essential hardware and software that will become your creative instruments, from the professional grade editing suites to accessible smartphone applications. Digital Tools Overview. Today's multimedia storyteller has access to an unprecedented array of powerful digital tools, many of which would have seemed like scene fiction just a decade ago. Understanding which tools to use for different tasks and how to use them effectively is a critical skill that will serve you through your creative career. The good news is that, while philosopher tools offer advanced capabilities, many excellent storytelling tools are now accessible and affordable. Professional creative suites. Adobe Creative Cloud presents the industry standard for multimedia production, offering integrated tools for every aspect of content creation. Adobe Premiere Pro handles video editing with precision. Adobe Lightroom provides a powerful photo editing and organization, and Adobe Spark enables rapid web-based content creation for social platforms. These professional tools offer advanced features like color grading, multi-track audio editing, and sophisticated effects that can elevate your work to broadcast quality. While they have a learning curve, investing time in mastering these tools pay dividends throughout your career. Smartphone technology. Modern smartphones are incredibly powerful content creation devices with 4K video capability, professional quality cameras, and robust editing apps. Your phone can capture broadcast quality content. Apps like Filmic Pro, Adobe Premiere Rush, and VSCO or Visco transform smartphones into complete production studios. Audio recording tools. Quality audio is essential for professional multimedia work. Portable recorders like the Zoom H5 or H6 capture, broadcast, and broadcast quality sound, while software like Audacity Free and Adobe Audition Professional provide comprehensive editing capabilities. Never underestimate the importance of good audio. Power sound quality will undermine even the most beautiful visuals. Interactive platforms like StoryMap GS, Advanced, and Adobe Spark enable interactive storytelling without coding in knowledge. Social media platforms, including Instagram Stories, TikTok, and YouTube, offer built-in creation tools optimized for their specific formats and audiences, making multimedia storytelling more accessible than ever. Practical skills development. Understanding tools conceptually is one thing. Developing the practical skills to use them effectively is another. This section focuses on the hands-on competencies you'll need to develop, from capturing high-quality media to assembling complex multimedia narratives. These are skills that improve with practice. So embrace experimentation and learn from both successes and mistakes. Visual content capture. Learn composition, fundamentals, lighting techniques, and camera operation for both photos and videos. Master the role of thirds. Understand exposure, triangle, ISO, aperture, shutter speed, and the practice capturing B-roll footage that enhances your narrative quality. Capture saves hours in post-production. Audio recording, editing, develop skills in recording clear interviews, capturing natural sound, and removing background noise. Learn to edit audio for pacing and clarity. Add music appropriately and mix multiple audio tracks for professional results. A good audio technique is often what separates amateur from professional work. Storyboarding planning. Master the art of pre-production planning through detailed storyboards and shot lists. Learn to visualize your final story before production begins. Identify necessary assets and plan efficient shooting schedules. Proper planning prevents frustration and improves the final quality dramatically. Assembly post-production. Develop editing skills that bring all elements together cohesively. Learn pacing, traditions, color correction, and how to weave multiple media types into seamless narratives. Master the art of knowing when a story is complete. Editing is as much about what you remove as what you keep. So let's stop here and let's revise what we said through this session. Multimedia storytelling integrates various formats like text, images, video, audio, interactive graphics, and animation to tell stories in more engaging and immersive ways than traditional single medium approaches. Some key aspects include platforms and forms. Digital journalism like New York Times, Snowfall, or similar interactive features. Documentation that blend formats, social media, narratives, podcasts with visual components, interactive web experiences, and even transmedia storytelling across multiple transforms. Strengths, it can reach diverse audiences who consume content differently, create deeper emotional connections through sensory variety, explain complex topic more effectively, and allow audiences to explore stories at their own pace and interest level. Core principles, good multimedia storytelling isn't just about using multiple formats, it's about choosing the right medium for each part of the story. Audio might capture emotion in someone's voice, video could show a process in action, graphics might clearly data, and text provides necessary context and depth. Examples of effective multimedia storytelling. Here are some um, outstanding examples of effective multimedia storytelling that showcase what's possible when different media form work together. Journalism news. The New York Times Snowfall 2012 remains a landmark piece about an avalanche at Tunnel Creek. It combined text with video, animations, and interactive graphics to so seamlessly that it won a Pulitzer Prize and changed how news organizations throughout about digital storytelling. The Guardian's The Shirt on Your Back traced the journey of a t-shirt from cotton field to consumer using video, photography, and interactive elements to reveal the global garment industry complexities. Firestorm by The Guardian Australia documented devastating bushfires through an immersive scrolling experience with maps, video testimony, and data visualization that helped reader understand both the human and environmental scale. Documentary long form. Welcome to Pine Point is an interactive documentary about Canadian mining town that no longer exists, blending archival photos, interviews, music, and user interaction to explore memory and loss. Pier 61 combined webcam footage, interactive maps, and the narrative to tell the story of a grizzly bear tracked by wildlife cameras, raising questions about surveillance and nature. Data-driven stories. The plotting consistently creates visual essays that blend data visualization, storytelling narratives, and interactive elements like their piece on film dialogue or music evolution. Routers graphics produces a powerful combination of data visualization and reporting on topics from climate change to conflict zones. Social impact on my window by the National Film Board of Canada created an interactive documentary exploring high-rise living globally, letting users virtually visit apartments and hear residents' stories. What makes these effective is that each medium serves a specific purpose. They don't just pile on features, but thoughtfully choose when video conveys emotion better than text, or when an interactive graphic clarifies a complexity better than explanation. Tools and techniques. Here is practical guide to the tools and techniques for creating multimedia stories. Planning structure, storyboarding, is essential. Map out which medium serves each part of your story before you start creating. Sketch the user journey and decide where video, audio, images, or um what to say, interactive elements will have the most impact. The medium first approach means asking what's the best way to tell this particular part. Don't force everyone format into every story. Sometimes simple text with one powerful stage or powerful image is more effective than a complex interactive. Content creation tools for video editing, Adobe Premiere Pro and the Final Cut Pro are industry standards for professionals, while DaVinci Resolve offers a powerful free version for simpler needs. iMovie or CapCut work well. For audio, Udacity free handles basics podcast editing, while Adobe Audition offers advanced capabilities. Record quality audio with tools like Rode microphones or even good smartphones apps like voice memos with external mics. For photography and image editing, Adobe Room for photo management and basic edits. Photoshop for advanced work. Free and alternatives include GIMP and Canva for graphics. For animation and motion graphics, After Effects is the professional standard, while Canva and Vyond offer more accessible options for simpler animations. Interactive web-based tools. Storytelling frameworks like Scrollama, GS or iOS, animated or scroll, or in scrolls or on scroll, create those engaging scroll-based narratives where content appears as users move through the page or through the page. Data visualization, tableaus, and Flourish creates, or Tableau and Flourish create interactive charts and maps without coding. For more control, D3.js is powerful but requires JavaScript knowledge. No code platforms, shorthand, page flow, and advanced let you create multimedia stories without programming. They excellent for journalists and editors who want professional results quickly. WordPress with multimedia plugins like Illuminator can create rich storytelling experiences with more flexibility than standard publishing platforms. Integration platforms, Notion and Miro help teams collaborate on multimedia projects, organizing assets and planning flow. Adobe Creative Cloud integration lets you move seamlessly between Premiere, Audition, Photoshop, and After Effects, powerful for complex projects. Key techniques. Learning content progressively start with strong hook, then reveal complexity gradually rather than overwhelming audiences upfront, creating small transitions between media types so the experience feels cohesive rather than jarring. Backgrounds audio can bridge video segments, or visual motifs can connect different sections. Optimizing for different devices, test your story on mobile tablets and desktop since most audiences now view on phones first. Accessibility considerations include captions for video, transcripts for audio, alt text for images, and ensure interactive elements work with keyboard navigation. Compression and loading, optimize file sizes so your story load quickly. Tools like Handbrake for video and Tiny PNG for images help reduce file sizes without sacrificing too much quality. Let's continue workflow tips. Gather all assets first before beginning assembly. Create a clear folder structure, organization, raw footage, audio files, images, and final report. Version control is crucial. Save iterations as you work so you can backtrack if needed. Start simple if you're new to this. Maybe combine text with a few storage images and one video. Then build complexity as you gain confidence with the tools. What's your current skills level with these tools, and what kind of story are you thinking or creating? Of creating. I can provide more specific guidance based on your evidence and goals. How it's changing journalism or education. Multimedia storytelling is fundamentally transforming both journalism and education in powerful ways. Changes in journalism. Deeper engagement with complex topics, traditional texts, and articles struggle to convey the full scope of issues like climate change. Migration crisis, or systematic inequality. Multimedia approaches let journalists show data patterns through interactive graphics, capture emotional testimony through video, and provide geographic context through maps, all in one piece. This helps audiences genuinely understand rather than just read about issues. New revenue and sustainability models as advertising revenue declined, quality multimedia work became a differentiator. Publications like the New York Times use multimedia features as subscription drivers. People pay for experience they cannot get elsewhere. This has created a specialized rules Data journalists, interactive designers, and multimedia producers now work alongside traditional reports or reporters. Democratization and accessibility challenges. Smartphones and accessible tools mean smaller newsrooms and independent journalists can create compelling multimedia work. However, this also creates a digital divide. Audiences without a reliable internet or newer devices may miss these stories entirely, raising questions about equitable access to information. Verification and trust issues. Multimedia journalism can build trust by showing raw footage and transparent data sources, letting audiences see evidence directly, but it also requires new verification skills. Journalists now must authenticate video, audio, and image in an era of deep fakes and manipulation. Speed versus depth tension. Breaking news still demands quick text updates, but multimedia storytelling requires significant production time. News organizations are developed hybrid approaches, quick initial coverage, followed by deeper multimedia exploration once the full picture emerges. Catering to diverse learning styles, students process information differently. Some are visual learners, others auditory, some kinesthetic. Multimedia lessons can address multiple learning preferences simultaneously. A history lesson might combine primary source documents, text, period, photographs, visual, oral histories, audio, and interactive timelines. Kinesthetic increase student engagement. Passive consumption of text box is given way to exploration. Students interact with simulations, manipulate data, visualizations, and explore 3D models. This active participation tends to increase retention and understanding, particularly for abstract or complex concepts. Students create content rather than just consuming multimedia. Students now create it instead of writing traditional book reports. They might produce video documentaries, podcasts, or interactive presentations. This develops digital literacy, critical thinking, and communication skills that are increasingly valuable in modern workplaces. Flipped and hybrid classroom models. Teachers record video literatures or create interactive modules that students explore at home, freeing class time for discussion, problem solving, and personalized help. This became especially important during a pandemic era. Remote learning and continues in influence post-pandemic education. Then accessibility improvements. Multimedia can actually make education more accessible when done thoughtfully. Captions help deaf students and English language learners. Audio descriptions assist visually impaired students and in multiple formats. Options let students with learning differences access content in ways that work for them. Challenges in both fields, production costs and time. Quality multimedia work is resource intensive. A text article might take a day. A multimedia feature can take weeks or months. Both news rooms or schools struggle with limited budgets and staffing. Digital literacy gaps. Not all journalists are trained in video production or data visualization, and not all teachers are comfortable with multimedia creation tools. Both fields are adapting through training programs and collaborative teams. Information overload risks. Too many bells and whistles can distract from the core message. Both educators and journalists and learning are learning that effective multimedia storytelling requires a restraint using multiple formats purposefully rather than gratuitously. The persistence problem multimedia stories often depend on specific technologies or platforms. When those change or disappear, the stories can become inaccessible. Both fields are grappling with archival and preservation challenges. Looking forward, we can say that artificial intelligence and the machine learning are beginning to enable personalized news experience and adaptive learning paths that adjust to individual comprehension levels, virtual and augmented reality arc or are creating immersive journalism and education experiences, image, exploring historical sites visually, or standing inside a data visualization. The ultimate impact is a shift for passive consumption to active exploration in both fields. Audiences and the students aren't just receiving information, they're investigating, questioning, and constructing understanding through interactive with multimedia narratives. Are you involved in journalism or education yourself, or considering how to apply a multimedia storytelling in one of these fields? So we will stop here and we'll continue, inshallah, chapter 3, real world applications next time. Until next time, that's all for now.